bruh. I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'ma hit it out of stance. I deserve another 100.
What is the wrong way to approach getting your wife to want you again? Maybe you're a man and you're sitting here and you're watching this video and you're like, dude, the sex in my relationship is not like what it used to be. It's not as high quality as I wish it was, and it's not as high quantity as I wish it was. And ultimately, even aside from the sex, I'm not feeling very connected. It feels like we're polar opposites. We're growing apart. We're no longer having fun. These types of things that cause a marriage to become a real burden for a man, as opposed to the blessing that he thought he was getting when he said, I do. And there's an energy that a lot of guys give off. And it's this interviewer versus interviewee energy. And what happens when a man stops showing up for his wife and she starts to feel neglected, a wall goes up for her. And she starts to think, dude, I don't feel very connected to this guy anymore. And when she loses that emotional connection, which is basically emotional connection, is you just looking at her, listening to her, and having some leading conversation with her that allows her to be able to express herself and feel heard and seen. That's what I mean by emotional connection, not some sappy, thing. I'm talking about a connection where she feels this guy's listening to me, he's present, and he's asking deeper questions rather than just like, yeah. Is this conversation over so we can go have sex? So this wall goes up because she feels neglected, which means she doesn't feel connected. So then for her desire to make sure that your needs or your pleasures are being fulfilled becomes next to nothing. Some women in religious communities will give it up out of obligation, but there's never been a man that's like, this is fantastic. I love it when I feel like my wife is dutifully giving it up for me. No, what you want is you want that sex and that intimacy and that connection and that vibrancy and that fun, lighthearted feeling that you had when you were dating. And a lot of guys don't know how to get it back. They struggle, and what happens is they start acting like they're interviewing for a job, and they're putting their wife in the role of she gets to pick and choose and tell him what to do. And he'll almost do anything just to be in good graces, just to try and make sure she feels happy, just to get sex back in the relationship. And men will use this. I used these phrases before I woke up and was like, oh shit, I'm doing this all wrong. And I didn't get to choose to wake up. My wife woke me up and she says, dude, my life would be better without you, so I'm out of here. This is no longer a thing. It woke me up to go, oh shit, okay, so maybe I need to learn a thing or two here. And what I learned was that whenever you're just doing things to try and make her happy, this happy wife, happy life thing is not actually getting her attracted to you. You might get her compliant for a little bit, but you don't want her to be compliant. You want her to be compelled from inside to be like, this is my man. I love this guy. I want to make sure that he is the happiest husband on planet Earth. That's what every guy wants. We want her to care about our sexual desires, not even our needs. Not just, I don't want it to be satisfied. I want to be thriving and passionate. That's what every guy wants. But because he's not getting it and he's not understanding that there needs to be an emotional connection, and also there needs to be an ability for you to stand up, for you to be able to stand up and take control of who you are again. Have a backbone, have a ball sack, and learn to become the interviewer. The interviewee, when you're like, I hope she picks me. Energetically, she's looking at you like you're a Labrador retriever outside on the deck in the rain, hoping somebody will open the door and let you in. That's the energy you come off with. So you're in earnest and you're like, I'm here, I'll do anything, I'll do it. And she goes, oh, he looks like he's interviewing for the job to make me happy, and that's not what I want. I want him to be the man. I want him to be the guy that I fell in love with. I want him to do shit because he wants to do it, because that's his standard of how he operates, not so he can get anything from me. And when they are in the interviewer versus interviewee, they know you're there, you want something from them. And so therefore it takes away all of this giver energy that you should be providing as a man in your house. Giver energy. And when we operate that as men, we feel more empowered versus disempowered. Feeling disempowered is like, I hope she says yes. Ooh. These are mindsets that I know you're working through. Oh man, if I reach over, I wonder what she's going to say. Wouldn't it be awesome for that to be eliminated? Just know, if I reach over, my wife's going to say, hey, come on in. Or she's like, I can't right now, but can we do it in the morning? What if those were the only two options you were here? Yes right now, or I can't right now, but can we in the morning? Or can we pick a time and do it then? No problem. Imagine the thought of rejection is totally out of your brain altogether. You have to become the interviewer. You have to become the guy. You have to have a standard that you rise to. That you rise to as a man where she goes, I look up to this dude. A lot of you guys are wanting to be respected, but honestly, you're not that respectable. Maybe you make a bunch of dough, but your body looks like shit. Maybe you make a bunch of dough, but your connection with her, she goes, he doesn't get it. A woman wants a man that gets it. You don't get it. You're not understanding that she wants to talk to you and give you all the detail, because that's the way she gets to wordgasm all over you. She gets blue tongue, same way you get blue balls. She wants to connect, actually know that you know what's going on in her life. And so what happens is you start to go, oh my God, I got to do all this stuff. I got to do this stuff. You become like this interviewee, like you're hoping to get a job. She's the interviewer. She wants to switch it to where you understand in your brain, whoa, wait a second. I'm the man. I'm not the man because I have a penis. I'm the man because I've stepped up in every area to be the man, and she respects me for it. I've taken care of my body. I'm taking care of my connection and how feeling on purpose in life, what we call being. I am radically in tune and in touch and connected in my balanced life where my daughter knows I love her and I'm there for her. My wife knows I'm there for her 100%, and I speak her language and she feels seen and heard. So she loves having sex with me. And my money game is on point because I know how to produce and I've created abundance. So she can look at me and go, he actually is those things. He has become the man that is worthy of having this interviewer energy. That's the whole point. You can't just switch from interviewee to interviewer energy overnight if you don't have any confidence that you're actually the man, that you are who you say you are. And she's going to sniff your bullshit out. That's why she feels the way she does about you, because she thinks you're full of shit. So to get from interviewee to interviewee energy, the principle is you've got to become the guy that can have a backbone, have a ball sack, that does what he says he's going to do when he says he's going to do it, that shows up in all the areas, being a great parent, being a great partner, being a great producer, having fun and a playfulness within the marriage, and standing in his power where he doesn't need validation from her, but he finds it from himself. When you follow this protocol and this process based off this underlying principle that you have got to be the man. You have got to be the dude that handles, and you are what you say you are. Your audio and your visual, they match up, they line up. That she can trust your word again. And then that gets you into the interviewer energy where you say, wait a second, I know who I am. There's a lot of people that would love to be with me. So therefore now, the tables turn when you become this guy to where you start setting your standard and your boundaries, and you start leading, and she goes, I want to go there. I want to go where this guy wants to go. Not to mention, a lot of women want to go there. So now she perceives, shit, this guy has the perception of options, meaning if I don't rise to this man's level, there's going to be somebody that will. And it's not because he's a cheater, it's not because he's bad, not because he's any of those things, but because now he has such a high standard of who he is, and she knows it, that he won't settle for anything less. My guess is that you would probably not go drive a 1984 Toyota Tercel right now, or a Toyota Corolla. I said, hey, I got this. I picked it up for you. It's $400. You want to drive it? You'd be like, no. And the energy that you have right there about, no, I don't want to go back. My standard has risen of what car I would drive. I don't want to go back to that. That's the energy when a man has risen to his total interviewer energy and he realizes, hey, she doesn't want to rise as well. A lot of you guys feel like you're trapped and in prison. You don't know what to do, and so you're doing all the wrong things and you're giving off interviewee energy and not interviewer. You have to fix this and become the man. You have to fix this and become the man who does what he says he's going to do when he says he's going to do it without fault. Go ask your wife tonight, hey, when I tell you I'm going to do something, do you trust 100% that I'm going to do it? You might be shocked by the answer. You might be shocked by the answer. Because here's another fundamental principle you have to understand. If she doesn't trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, if she doesn't trust you, when the trust goes down, the lust goes down. So therefore, she doesn't have these feelings of longingness and wanting and desire for you because she doesn't trust you. You're not the guy. You're not the man, because the man does what he says he's going to do. There's a lot of these principles that all weave together, but the number one answer is you got to become this dude. This is what we've dedicated our time and life with. That married game is helping guys understand the guy they have to become to get the things that they want. And I'm a living, breathing example of a man who has an incredible marriage that is as amazing and fantasy-filled as you probably are thinking. And anybody can do it. Don't get trapped in interviewee energy. If you want to chat with me directly and text me, my personal cell is right below. Yes, that's my cell. Goes right to me. I'll see your text. If you're struggling through this and you don't know what the fuck to do, you want to become this man, but you've tried, and you tried it for 2 weeks and it didn't work. You tried what you tried for 2 weeks and it didn't work, and now you're back and it's even worse. You're like, shit. I don't know what to do. Send me a text. Let's chat.
Yeah, I need a bag, bruh. Send it through quickly. I'm making his dog like I'm in the big leagues. Yeah, I told him I'm